What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. Another edition of TreeCityTrading. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. Just hanging out, looking at some charts, getting some Zen ecosystem updates. I just finished filming a video about XSHIBA. Really excited to release that. Take a look at Pulsechain. Got some big things going over on Pulsechain. A little drama. The HEX, eHEX. What's going to happen? But excuse me. Also take a look at the XSHIBA launch coming up next weekend. As always, we're sipping out of our Zen Crypto Mint Your Future mug. Yeah, happy Thursday. Hope everybody's ready for a good Friday. Take a look at Bitcoin here. We're still kind of trending down. This is Bitcoin on the daily chart. We're still in our pattern. We're still in our falling wedge. As we know, these typically break to the upside. And this is looking like it's ready to go. I mean, we're starting to get pretty low in the RSI. We didn't really get a big move off this big move up, off this little move up though. So that's kind of scary. We'll see what happens. Let's zoom in here, take a look at the 4 hour, see how we're looking locally. RSI is right in the middle. We do have a little divergence though. And then the hourly, the RSI looks cooked. Looks like Bitcoin's about ready to come down. We got a red dot printing on Market Cipher B. Zoom into the 15 minutes and man, we need to get back in our range here. It'd be nice if we get back above 27, but it's not looking like it. I think everybody's just kind of waiting to see what happens with the banking and the debt crisis situation. Definitely check out my new video about that if you're not sure what's happening with the debt crisis, the debt ceiling crisis. But all right, let's go take a look at Crypto Bubble, see what's moving today, if anything. Looks like we got HEX and Pulse down quite a bit after some big moves, but look at PulseX. That's interesting. Up 10%, up 11% in the day. Everything else is just kind of moving sideways. Kava's down 5% after pumping for a couple days. Algo is still down 2.5%, down to 15 cents. That's getting in my buy zone. We'll take a look at that. Radix down 4%. They've been pumping quite a bit. Looks like Pepe's rebounding a little bit after taking that big old dump. Got Sandbox up 3%, Render's up 4%. I keep seeing Render everywhere. And hearing about how awesome Nvidia's doing right now. Their stock's pumping. They're getting that ability to render GPU in the cloud. Render does the same thing, except it's a decentralized token. It's actually a blockchain. Definitely a project I'm going to be looking into. Currently sitting at $2.70. It's been pumping quite a bit though. Take a look at the week. Month ago, it's pumped $1 in about a month. That's pretty wild. Up 200% on the year. So a year ago, you could have got it for 29 cents. Whew. But it sounds like a solid project with a solid utility. What up, Bailey? How's it going, sir? Welcome to the stream. All right, let's pull up coin market cap, see what's popping over there, see if we have any big movers today. And as always, we get bonked. Take a look here. Oh man, look at Singularity. AGIX. That's one that I've been looking at quite a bit, and I'm so mad I didn't buy it. Once again, it's back up to 28 cents. Could have grabbed that right around 25 cents a week or two ago. Render still pumping. You can see it's up 13% on the week. Axie Infinity's doing something that's kind of weird. Kind of consider Axie to be a dead game. What up, Howler? Jesus. It's turning into a quality IP party. What's happening? We got 7 watchers now. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and share. Give me a follow over on Twitter at TreeCityWest. See what's going on, if there's any news over here on Twitter right now. I saw XSHIBA just posted their new white paper, so... Oh, I saw this. This looks really intriguing. Neuralink. They just won FDA approval. So I wonder how many of you guys in the chat would you get Neuralink installed? I mean, there's so many implications, but it's kind of turning yourself into a cyborg, adding an add-on to your brain. We're excited to share that we've recently received the FDA's approval to launch our first in-human clinical study. That's wild. I'm sure everybody wants to be recruited. Who doesn't? I mean, I would. That'd be crazy. Imagine having like ChatGPT in your brain. You're just adding a whole different database to your brain. Or maybe it'll be like more of a functional thing where you can turn it on and you could get sleepy and you sleep early, and then you tell it to wake up, and rather than being woken up by a sound alarm, your brain just naturally wakes up. That'd be pretty sweet. QIP token, that's funny. I posted this over on Twitter earlier today. I did a batch of Zen mints over on Avalanche. I never really messed with Avalanche before. I have some, but I've always just kind of kept it in my wallet. I never really messed with the DeFi. Allie, you're cracking me up. But let's go ahead and take a look at my mints. I know I'm a little late to the AVAX, but it's been pumping quite a bit lately. Pull them up on Deck Screener here, but here are the NFTs I just minted. So basically how this works, I take some AVAX, I mint the NFT, and I only pay the gas fee, and it creates my NFT mint. After the amount of days that I mint it for, I'll receive my Zen. So the longer you mint, the more Zen you get, but I'm kind of doing it so I have some every couple weeks. So every 2 weeks I have a Zen mint, and I'll be able to sell it or burn it and receive another token like DB Zen or Zen Shiba or Zen Doge. And it's pretty sweet ecosystem. But let's go and take a look. And yeah, look at, as I'm minting all this Avalanche, the price of Zen over there is up 15% in the last 24 hours. And it's really getting, oof, there's the Zen chart for you. But it's kind of volatile here. You see people coming in with the big buys, and then liquidity comes and gets swept out. It's pretty average. I mean, all of these side chains with Zen, there's not too much activity. You can see there's only $5,000 in liquidity on the AVAX pair, but still a sweet project. You basically mint it for free. You just pay the gas fee, and the gas fees over in AVAX are pretty cheap. I'm able to do a max VMU max term for $5, and then in a year or two we're going to see what that's worth, so that's going to be pretty exciting. Basically minted out through the rest of this year and all of 2024, so that's going to be fun. Oh man, I need some more subscribers. I'm at 666. I got 666 subscribers. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to the 9 watchers. Welcome to the show. We're just taking a look at Zen, looking at the Zen ecosystem. Main Zen token over on Ethereum's down about 4% today, but it's still kind of in the pattern that we drew a couple days ago. It's holding this bottom support. I wonder if we have any divergence here. Let's zoom out. So where's the low there? Ooh, that's close. Let's really zoom in here and see if we can get this. Nah, I mean, that's not... What is this down here, though? No shame, I'll pull out my divergence cheat sheet. What's up, Web3? Shout out to the 11 watchers. Welcome, welcome. So this is a fun little thing. If you're new to TA, you can pull out your divergence cheat sheet here. And let's see. All right, so we got falling price and rising indicator, and that looks like bullish divergence to me. So obviously we're measuring from the bottom. We're getting higher lows on the oscillator and lower lows on the price. Here we obviously have low right here. We have a low right here. The oscillator's moving up. We got a low right here. We got a low right here. So this moving up, this moving down, this indicates bullish divergence. And this is on a pretty big time frame too, the 4 hours. I mean, hopefully that indicates a move up. Maybe we'll move out of this little falling wedge here. It's also possible we just move to the top of it, bounce off it, kind of continue. So definitely something to watch for. Let's see here. As I always say though, the price's end really doesn't matter. It's as long as your mints are profitable, that's all that really matters. You know, that's why the chart looks like this. That's why they call it the forever down coin. But it doesn't matter when the price is going down, as long as your mints are profitable. As long as you're making LP fees, or you're minting and selling, or you're minting and burning to get another coin. Just keep that circulating supply going. Speaking of which, let's pull over to Zen Turbo, see what's happening over there. Yeah, if you guys are watching now, let me get another subscriber. We're at 666 right now. Got 10 watchers in the chat. What's up? All right, let's see. And oh man, that Zen Doge launch. How about that candle? We came back to earth real quick, and we're actually lower than we were before that. Everybody burned their Zen. Now there's no Zen to burn. That's what I imagine's happening. But we're still burning, what is this, billions per day? Tens of billions? Get out of here. About 32 billion. Only 177 million Zen burned for Zen Doge. That's exciting to see the burn for DB Zen picking up though. 4 days ago it was 20, then it's 24, then 26, and today it was 31. That's good to see. DB Zen is definitely my favorite project in the Zen ecosystem. You can see the gas has been coming down lately. Right now we're sitting at 26 Gwei on Ethereum. Super cheap. Might be a good night to mint. See, when the gas comes down, the cost of the C rank comes down. Right now we're sitting right around $4 or $5 per C rank. Prime time to mint. Maybe I should mint. What do you guys think? I'd have to get some Ethereum though. Yeah, we'll check that later. Is there just a bunch of digital coins flying around in the air right now? Yeah, pretty much. Is that crypto bubbles you're talking about? That's a pretty sweet indicator or chart thing. It's called cryptobubbles.net. Basically just shows the movers on the day. So PulseX is up 10%. It's the biggest mover, so it has the biggest bubble. You know, Near is only down 0.4%, so it has a very small bubble. It basically just gives you a visualization of the charts for today. If you look at the week, you can see HEX is down 43%, Kava's up 15%. Look at the month. Look at Pepe, up 500% on the month, Well, HEX is down 70%. That's wild. On the year, we got Render up 200%, OKB up 260%, Conflux up 250%. Some big movers for sure. It's just a cool little tool for visualization. But man, look at that. That's so wild. When Zen Doge launched, the Zen supply went so negative. Negative 800 billion Zen that day. But since then, it's been back to being positive, so the supply is continuing to grow. Yesterday, we have 65 billion new Zen. Looks like today we're down a little bit. A lot of people burned for DB Zen, so that's good. 30 billion Zen less today than yesterday. I thought this was really cool. Jack pointed this out earlier. 35% of the supply is burned, 10% is staked. So that's over 40% of the supply is just locked up. You can't do anything with it. 53% of it's liquid. That's a pretty good ratio. Only 50% of the total supply is liquid. Of 10 trillion. Of 10 trillion coins, only 5 trillion are liquid. That's awesome. You can see people are starting to Zen again, mint again. You can see once the gas went way up with Pepe, the minting fell off and almost went to zero. Now that the gas prices are coming back down, people are starting to mint more and more again. The future supply trends picking up. It kind of bottomed out there, but now we're starting to get more. Looking at about 300 billion per day. So not too much going on there. Club XSHIBA. They got a pretty interesting concept. I just made the video about them. It seems like a really cool community. They're pushing hard. They're launching on Polygon in 2 weeks. They're not sure if they're going to launch on other chains, but they're just going to start on Polygon. Want to burn some Zen? Even exchanges will burn Zen to get XSHIBA. It's fair crypto, no pre-mint, 50 billion cap supply, it's immutable. And the only way to get it is to get some MZen and then burn your MZen for XSHIBA. What makes it a little different than the launch last week with Zen Doge is they actually have a solid light paper with ZenFTs. So you're going to get your XSHIBA and you're able to do something with it. It's not just a token that's going to be sitting in your wallet. You're going to be able to take your XSHIBA, turn it into an NFT, trade it, do your thing with it. It has a little element of DeFi. There's going to be rewards for the NFT holders. Let's see if we can pull that up. Let's see. It's actually live on the testnet on Polygon. But it looks like there's going to be 10 rare NFTs, 50 limited NFTs, and 100 common NFTs. I'm really going to try to get one of each, but I don't know if I can come up with 2.4 billion XSHIB. That's going to take a lot of MZen to burn, that's for sure. Maybe I'll be able to get a common or something. I just got to get a lot of MZen together in the next week. Owning these NFTs will make you eligible for claiming bundles of MZen token rewards as displayed on each NFT. So I think that's really sick. It's not just a token that's going to sit in my wallet. I can turn it into an NFT, which will then give me rewards, consistent rewards. It's also talking about future airdrops, free token drops in the future. We plan to develop a DApp where you'll be able to stake your NFTs and earn passive income. But there's only going to be 160 of them at first. So I'm really hoping it'd be nice to grab a limited or rare, but I'm hoping I even get a common. I think they're going to go so fast because there's so much Zen on Polygon right now. Let's see if we can switch this back. Yeah, it's only supported on I think the mint monitor will work on Polygon though. It's up to it's almost 100 million global rank. So that means there's 90 million wallets that have minted Zen on Polygon because it's so cheap. It's also lucrative. You can break even in 21 days. So I've been minting the shit out of Polygon lately. I was hoping it would say the supply though. Yeah, right here. So the liquid supply is 29 trillion. I wonder how much Zen you'd have to burn to get... I don't think it'd say that in the... So let's see. So... Wow, that's wild. Because it changes as the supply goes. I'm trying to think of how we could figure out how much XSHIBA, how much Matic I'd need to get that much XSHIBA. So there's 7.5 billion minted. You need 2.4. That's wild. So you basically need 10% of the supply. Well, it's a little less than that, but man. I bet ChatGPT can figure this out. Let's see. Paste this in here and see what we got. How much MZen would I need to burn in the first phase to get 2.4 billion XSHIBA tokens? Did I not say? Oh, I call it a phase. Let's see if this will do it. Shout out to the 11 watchers. Welcome to the show. Okay. Yeah, this is what I need to know. So you'd have to burn 445 billion MZen to get 2.4 billion Shiba in the first round, in the first phase. Oh my god, that's a lot. Now let's head over to Uniswap and see exactly how much that is. That's definitely wild. That's a lot of XSHIBA. I hope I can do it. I hope it's not something completely outrageous. Let's switch over to Polygon. It's probably going to be thousands of dollars. I'm broke. I'm poor. I'm a YouTuber. Let's see how much. So we're looking at gonna need about $8,000 of Matic in that first round to have enough to get one of the 10 rare. That's wild. Is that right? You're gonna need $10,000. So that means the commons. All right, this is more my speed. That's not right. That can't be right. There's no way. It's not 1.5 million. I don't know. I'm not good with math, to be honest. I would like to figure out how much Zen Shiba I need. So I need 24 million. Oh, I thought I was doing... whatever. We'll deal with that later. I don't want to waste your time. Moving on. Let's go check out Pulsechain, see what's going on with Pulsechain. I see Twitter buzzing right now. Everybody's talking about the HEX versus eHEX debate. Should eHEX die on Ethereum and everybody move to Pulsechain? If we go over to Pulsechain here, show you guys my little experiment I got going on here. It's not much. But if I come over to the farms here on PulseX, I've been farming these tokens and I'm getting about $4 or $5 a day. Just in these, they're super risky, so I'm not going all in. I'm not putting hundreds of dollars. I basically put $100 in each pool. I am having some impermanent loss, like on the Ethereum pair. The price of Ethereum dropped and the price of PLS dropped, so I lost some impermanent loss. I'm down like $11. But I also started with 100,000 PLS and now I have 217,000. So that's pretty sweet. I mean, I'm getting more PLS, a couple less dollars, but that's what it's about. It's really paying off in the rewards though with these APRs, getting 1,000% APR. It's giving me about $5–10 a day. I let that consolidate until I have enough to mint a Zen NFT, and it's really working out. What's interesting about the HEX and the eHEX thing though is that yesterday there was a HEX and an eHEX liquidity pool, and I was getting great returns out of it. I had my eHEX there paired with my HEX, and all of a sudden it disappeared. It showed up over here in the finish pools. So yeah, it's the HEX from Ethereum HEX pool, and it just ended, and it was unfortunate. And now there's this big debate: should eHEX die? Did Richard do this intentionally to say, "Hey, everyone, we're done with Ethereum now. We got all the liquidity over to HEX." It was kind of a ploy. People that held their Ethereum, their HEX on Ethereum, they went and sold it, and they used their forked pHEX, and now they paired it up. Now there's a bunch more liquidity on the Pulsechain HEX side, and now I think they're just gonna let the Ethereum HEX side die. But there's a lot of diehard Hexicans that don't want to see that happen. I wonder if I could find that video from Richard. I saw it on here a few minutes ago. We'll do a search for eHEX. Yeah, here, let me pause the music.
Well, so look how well HEX is run. It's run amazingly well. And now it would be nice and awesome to move it to a better place. Better places exist. So I have an idea where I think the best place is going to be, and that's where I'd like to see it go. And if the community agrees, then the community will find value in that new place, and the on-chain other token should be valueless, as I believe it has been with other instances of coins moving from ERC20 to their own mainnet. I don't think there's an issue of tokens that have moved from ERC20 to their own mainnet and left behind a lot of value with a conflicting other old coin thing. I just haven't seen it. If you want to bring me evidence to show me that that has happened in the past, I'm happy to see it. But even in that case, as I said previously, a fork is like a divorce, and everybody gets what they want, and you end up with two halves equaling more than the original whole. So it's good. It's good that BCH and Bitcoin exist. It was better for both of them, because then they could go do their own things, and the two parts are better than the whole. So even if there was some on-chain value left for HEX on L1 Ethereum, I don't think it's that big a deal.
So it's an interesting thought, right? Why would they add those eHEX HEX pools even though Richard felt this way. It's kind of interesting. He always kind of wanted eHEX to die. It was obviously a ploy just to get that liquidity over to Pulsechain, and it worked. And we were earning rewards, and all of a sudden they pulled the pool. And now Twitter's buzzing with all these videos of Richard saying that HEX is going to die.
I think you're going to get cheap HEX anywhere, but I wouldn't be surprised to see eHEX, or rather pHEX on the Pulse network, be more valuable than eHEX on the Ethereum network. I wouldn't be surprised to see. I don't want to see cheap HEX anywhere. But if the market decides that they just like the pHEX better, okay, you don't know what the market's going to decide. Wouldn't everybody just want to buy pHEX instead? I don't know. I don't know which one people are going to like more, if they're going to like them equally the same. I know that you have a lot higher fees on Ethereum. You want to send an ERC20 today? $103. Is it a chance that pHEX becomes more valuable than eHEX? The HEX on the Pulse network, could it become more valuable than the Pulse on the Ethereum network? And the answer is sure. Sure it could. And personally, I prefer to see HEX more expensive everywhere. But if the Pulse network has lower fees and has higher throughput and is more enjoyable to use, not so long ago, maybe a week or two ago, it might have cost you $100 or $150 to send an ERC20.
So this whole time he's been promoting that eHEX is going to likely die or be worth less. But people have their stakes locked up, so I think there will be a liquidity over there. But I think there's a lot of emotional hexicans right now that want to keep their eHEX and pump the value. But everybody knows that Richard's been pumping the eHEX price, and I think he's basically saying that he's not going to be pumping that price anymore. It's not going to die. It's not going to be stopped. He's not going to turn off trading or steal the liquidity or anything. But if it's not technically supported by the main community, it's probably just going to go to zero. So we'll see what happens with that. I personally just bridged my eHEX, and then I bought pHEX with it, so that worked out for me. But it's a really interesting debate. There's a lot of talk about this on Twitter right now.
pHEX equalized to eHEX instantly or over a long period. We should get into the habit of just calling HEX on Pulsechain HEX, and then HEX on Ethereum eHEX, so there isn't technically a pHEX. But I do understand how people are kind of using them now, since we don't have a mainnet up for Pulsechain yet. So, it's up to the market. HEX on Pulse network has a strong competitive advantage in that you don't have to pay fees. It's very nice. So I think it's more valuable, but we'll see what the market thinks. And then, there isn't a HEX eHEX pair, but there might be one day. And then how many people add liquidity to that, right? Hart's law indicates that the price of assets move together with each other versus the dollar because they're bonded together by the liquidity in their trading pairs.
Hart's law.
If they trade versus each other, which was the first sentence, right?
So it's definitely an interesting debate. Personally, I think eHEX should kind of die, or it should be forced pegged. Yeah, I feel like they should either be pegged, but having two different prices is confusing. Two different chains is confusing. But I say that, but look at Zen. So that's kind of interesting. Shout out to all my followers on Twitter. Welcome to the channel. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. What else we got going on? Let's see here. As always, you guys can check out the website, TreeCityTrading.us. Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. And as always, every Friday, we're doing our $100 DCA into crypto live on stream. You guys can track the portfolio here. We're using CoinStats to track it. So if you come to TreeCityTrading.us, you click on Track My Portfolio. It takes you to CoinStats. Here you can see we've only done 2 weeks so far. First week, we bought $100 of Bitcoin. Second week, we bought $50 of Ethereum, $25 of Matic, and $25 in the ADA. Unfortunately, everything's down right now except Polygon. Polygon's up about 78 cents, but we're really just trading sideways. So far, we've invested $200 and we're down about $1. What is it, 73? So that's pretty cool. Also on the site, we have a link to Zen Merch Store, one of the channel sponsors. They got awesome merch. As usual, we're sipping out of our Zen Merch Store mug. Got some links to the YouTube, the Twitter. So definitely check out the website. See what we got going on over here. I saw Kindness just added a bunch of summer stuff from the Zen merch store. We got some flip flops. We got the tote bag, got the beach towel. So that's fun. Got some new color shirts. I got the no transaction found. My shirt actually arrived today. It's downstairs though. I'll have to go grab it. What else we got going on? Let's head over to Cointelegraph, see if there's any crypto news today. Get a home loan using crypto collateral. Bitcoin OG says risks outweigh reward. Yeah, that sounds really risky. I saw this yesterday. This was pretty interesting. China Central Television, the CCTV, that's basically run by the CCP, the China Communist Party. They actually started talking about crypto live in their broadcast. They're creating programming for over 1 billion viewers in mainland China. They aired a short 98-second segment regarding the adoption of crypto in Hong Kong. And just the fact that they talked about crypto on their state television is extremely bullish for crypto in general. During the session, state news anchors briefed its audience on how Hong Kong regulators have made final preparations for the trading of virtual assets in the special administrative region of Hong Kong. We saw CZ over Binance tweet about this yesterday. That's where I saw, and it does sound really exciting. CZ said that CCTV just broadcasted crypto. It's a big deal. These Chinese-speaking communities are buzzing. Historically, coverages like these lead to bull runs. And that's really bullish in itself. The CEO of Binance coming out and saying, endorsing this statement by CCTV. So that's encouraging for the upcoming year, the bull run. We'll see what happens. This is interesting. Shout out to Crypto Bruh. He's the one that inspired me to get over on Avalanche. So I made this tweet earlier, showing off the colorful NFTs. I think that looks nice. But he mentioned that it's the only EVM ramp straight to Coinbase from mainnet. And I forgot that, yeah, he's in New York City, so they have some tight regulations over there. Can't send Matic from Coinbase on New York. That's wild. So back to the news story. What's interesting, the news today is I guess they deleted the footage. So they talked about Hong Kong legalizing crypto. They aired it to 1 billion viewers, and then they went and deleted it. So unfortunately, the euphoria was short-lived as Chinese authorities appear to have taken down the link just 2 days after the program aired. This wasn't the first time such incidents have occurred. That's what happens when you live in a communist country. But this is also extremely bullish. Hong Kong's finalizing cryptocurrency regulations, and this is another country. So not only is the European Union coming out with crypto regulations, now Hong Kong is, and we have nothing from the United States. In fact, this is what we have in the United States. Let me pull this up. Gary Gensler spoke. And this is what our government's doing. The SEC has no intention of providing clear rules for crypto. SEC Chair Gary Gensler claps back at Coinbase. Basically, he came out and said there will be no regulation coming for crypto in the United States because it can already be regulated as a security. And as we know, that doesn't work in the United States. Gensler was asked about the dispute with Coinbase and why the SEC doesn't publish rules for that market. And Gensler said, to make it quite direct, this is a field that's been operating largely non-compliant. There's nothing about a new technology that makes it non-consistent with the public policies that Congress has laid out. So he's basically saying, oh, they're securities and they're not registering with the SEC, so they're illegal. except Bitcoin for some reason. He's okay with Bitcoin. He says Bitcoin's unique from every other crypto that exists, which makes me wonder how he feels about Zen and Fair Crypto. You know, there was no pre-mine, there was no pre-sale, there was no ICO. It was fairly minted. Definitely curious about that. Bailey said, it's weird how America shuts down crypto, but China promotes it. You'd think it'd be the other way around. And it really was. If you think about it, the last bull run, that was a huge thing in May of 2021. China came out and they said they banned mining. They said, no Bitcoin mining, no crypto mining. We're banning this. And that caused a huge drop in Bitcoin. And all these companies flocked to the United States. And that's when we had the second bull run in November. A lot of people believe that it was market manipulation from FTX and the other bad actors in the space. And now all of a sudden, US has flipped and they're against crypto and they want crypto out of here. But places like Europe and China and Africa are actually promoting crypto and coming out with fair and legitimate legislation. The United States is just falling behind, as always. Keep forgetting I have this little soundboard.
He's on fire!
Let's see, is there any other news popping off today? Bitcoin losing its 200-week trend line puts 20K in play. I saw that. I wanted to take a look at that on stream. So let's zoom out here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly. Basically, Bitcoin has lost all its support. So as I said, I was hoping this might be our next support right around 25,300. But it's just coming down. It fell through this. It fell through this. But it has not fallen through the 200 week. So let's pull that up. Sorry, Lux Algo. You gotta go. And yeah, you can see that right there. It actually fell below it, but it didn't close below it. So we can have these wicks below it. That's fine, as long as it doesn't close below this blue line on the weekly. So that's kind of interesting. If we zoom into the daily here, man, look at that. Even on the daily, we didn't close below it. It's just barely, barely hanging on to the 200-week simple moving average. Let me get some music back in here. It's too quiet. All right, cool. Let me know if the music's too loud, not loud enough. But look at that. We are just hugging that 200-week moving average right there. It wants to go below it so bad, but it's using it as support. Hopefully it keeps going like that. If we lose that 200-week moving average, we're probably moving down to 25K, if not 23K. And that's okay. That's okay. Let's be real. We're still in this falling wedge, and it's very possible we just hit a quick reversal and go back up to the top of this trend. So what I mean is we're bouncing around in this falling wedge. It's very possible we come back up, maybe do one of those. But we could also very easily fall right back out of it and go to the downside. But we're watching this blue line here. Hopefully that holds. Honestly, both of them, my blue line and the 200-week moving average. Let's see, we got any movers on the watch list today. XRP up 2% in the last hour. That's cool. Any news on the XRP case today? Been hearing people buzzing about that. I think I heard something like one of the XRP lawyers or the Ripple lawyers left the case or something. One of Ripple's attorneys calls it quits. What it means. Come on, Kylie. Kylie Chizil Kim, one of Ripple Labs' defense attorneys, in the ongoing SEC lawsuit, has filed a motion to withdraw from the case. One of Ripple Labs' key defense counsel in the ongoing litigation against the SEC has filed a motion to withdraw from the case. In the motion filed, yada yada yada. Kim's sudden exit has thus left many questioning what it could imply about the ongoing case. Twitter reactions to the news were a mix of confusion and speculation. Still, the consensus appeared to be that Kim's departure was related to leaving the law firm, not necessarily indicating a significant shift in the lawsuit status. So it sounds like a big nothing burger. What's up, Danu? Welcome. Oh man, you just missed it. I was talking about Pulsechain and HEX. We were looking at some Richard Hart videos talking about the parity between the HEX and the eHEX. I'm curious of your thoughts on that. What do you think about the HEX from Ethereum and the HEX on Pulsechain? Do you think the HEX on Ethereum should die, or do you think the HEX on they should have parity and they should both be the same? Let me know what your thoughts are. Let's see what other news we got going on. Check out CoinStats, make sure I'm on the right account here. They have some pretty sweet news over at CoinStats. Definitely check them out. If you're interested in signing up, I got the referral link on TreeCityTrading.us. I use CoinStats for everything. I use it for my news. I use it for my portfolio tracking. Has some widgets and some alerts. I have the widget on my Apple Watch. Basically puts the price of Bitcoin and any other cryptos right on the face of my Apple Watch. It's pretty sweet. But let's see what we got in the news here. How does the DAO accounting framework ensure comprehensibility? IOG explains why Cardano earns the green blockchain title. That's bullish. XRP lawsuit. Ripple boss confident groundbreaking verdict is coming in weeks. That's interesting. Coming in weeks after the him and speech docs win. Yeah, we covered that in a live stream a couple weeks ago, talking about the Hinman documents and the update on the XRP case. Ripple Chief Executive Officer Brad Garlinghouse believes that it's going to come within weeks. That's wild. In a recent interview at Redefine Tomorrow, revealed terms where things currently stand, yada yada yada. Can't wait for these emails to be released. I predict even non-XRP holders, including Ripple critics, will have to objectively say that the SEC did was flat out wrong. The inquiry about the motive behind this lawsuit will go into higher gear. Mark my words. That's exciting. Hopefully they end up exposing the corruption that is the SEC and Gary Gensler. I mean, this has been going on for years. There've been cases that have been opened and shut. While the Ripple case, they can't close it because they don't have the proof. They don't have the Ripple is not Ripple is a company, and XRP is not a security. It's a utility token. What else we got going on here? Let's take a look at Dex Screener. Kind of want to go back, see how things are looking in all the different ecosystems. Start off with the main watch list. All right, look at Pulsechain. It's moving again. We're up 6% in the last hour and up 15% in the last day. That's good to see a nice bounce for Pulsechain on DAI. That's my biggest bag. That was my biggest sacrifice, and I have not touched that. I'm holding that thing. I'm holding on to that thing for my dear life. My Pulsechain bag. We also have DXN's up 10% on the day. That's really good to see. It's been hovering around $10 the last couple days, currently sitting at $13.54. It's a great price. Good to see a nice rebound action there. I think everybody's starting to get hyped for the DB's NFTs. So that's going to be nice. So Dana says, I'm not sure. Ethereum will be lower fees in some years. Hopefully, Vitalik unfairly raises these fees to end the HEX stakes. So Richard Hart made. I agree. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm a big part of Pulsechain. you'll have to go back in the video. I kind of covered the farms, what my strategy is. Basically, I'm using the farms to harvest the incentive token, and then I'm turning the incentive token into Pulse, and then I'm taking that Pulse and using it to mint Zen over on Pulsechain. Take a look at my Zen mints over on Pulsechain. I think I'm up to 20 now. That's kind of what I'm thinking too. I don't think the HEX on Ethereum will ever go to 0, but I do believe that the HEX on Pulsechain will be worth a bit more. But I kind of like I like that they were pairing them together in the liquidity pool. That made a lot of sense. I'm up to 28 ZenFTs on Pulsechain, so that's pretty exciting. Got a couple Zenturions here. Wonder, maybe I'll mint one for you guys right now. Let's take a look. Where am I at? Trying to see. So 714. Can I do 8-1 yet? Let's see. Oh yeah, it just passed. Nice. If this is under 150 PLS, 150,000 PLS, I'll mint it right now. What's the gas looking like? Gas is low on Ethereum. Hopefully it's low on Pulsechain too. 176. All right, we might have to wait a minute. What is this music? I'm falling asleep over here. Ooh, 143,000. Let's get it. Hopefully it doesn't take all my pulse. It's okay. I could just pull out of the liquidity pools if I need to. Give it a second here. Hopefully this goes through. I'll be happy to get another Zenturion for 30 bucks too. That's nothing. I mean, that's nice. I've been thinking about for my DCA, I might actually bridge some more USDC over. Every week I have my own personal DCA in addition to the one for the show. Probably buy enough Ethereum for a Zen mint and then mint, move like maybe 100 bucks or 200 bucks over to Pulsechain. I think that's a solid idea. Just continue minting these NFTs as the dates come up. I'm just gonna let this ride. I hope it goes through. If it fails, I won't be mad. Oh, we're back to doing this. Good old Pulsechain, the Broken Explorer. Alright, we'll give that a little bit. We'll come back to that. You got some ETH Zen Doge? So do I, man. Oh, man. That's been a rough one. Down 5% on the day. Hopefully it's approaching the bottom. I've been thinking about buying a little more, but it's looking rough. You can see my break-evens up here. But this is in that same pattern that Bitcoin's in, which is encouraging. A lot of these altcoins are in the same falling wedge pattern, and they're just kind of consolidating. But it looks like, hopefully this is a nice strong bottom here for Zen Doge. We'll kind of sweep the bottom of this pattern. Hopefully we do something like this, kind of come up here. Boom. Get back to my break even. That'd be nice. I'm in it for the long term. I don't really care. I haven't been looking at this chart too much. It is interesting to note though that it's cheaper to buy now than it is to burn with the multiplier. So if you do want some, might as well hit up that Zen liquidity pool. It's a good place to get it. Let's go back to the watch list, see what we got going on here. Phoenix up 2%. That's nice. There's only 3 transactions on the day. Zen's down 2.5%. Hex is down 5%. And Zen Doge is down 5% on the day. Come over to the Pulsechain ecosystem. Let's see what's going on over here. We got the incentive token bouncing. Hopefully that's good. It came down quite a bit. I was getting a little worried. But it looks like it bottomed around $35 and bounced back up to 54. I thought this thing was going to be a straight down coin, so the fact that it is bouncing quite a bit. So let's see, we got a 3,500% pump followed by a 55% drop, but it looks like it found some solid support here. So we can kind of come up here, take a look at that. Hopefully it holds that support. I don't understand how this is pumping though. That's what's really blowing my mind. Yeah, my break even will be the first station of the moon. I agree. I hope so. I hope you're right. Let's go back to the watch list here. Let's see. PZen's pumping up 25%. This is another one that's blowing my mind. Why is Zen not dumping? It's supposed to be the forever down coin. Why does it? I guess on the daily it looks pretty rough. But this is solid. I mean, it's holding a nice floor. It's being minted and sold. We got some decent liquidity, $13,000 of liquidity. I mean, it's just in the same pattern, the same kind of this falling wedge, downward wedge pattern. It's looking pretty nice. What else? Looks like eHEX is down, obviously, down 8%. The Zen copy is down a little bit, but I'm surprised it's up. That's wild. And there's liquidity. So this is the copy of Zen that was carried over in the fork during the Pulsechain. So if you have Zen mints on Ethereum, you can actually mint it and then sell your Zen on Pulsechain, because you'll have them on both Ethereum and Pulsechain. So I actually had one and I sold it and minted it, but then the price started moving up. Why is this moving up? I really don't understand. This is supposed to be a dead project. The team confirmed they're not officially supporting it, but it has this upward trend and it's kind of holding this this zone right here. So that's kind of good to see. We'll flip back over to the Zen ecosystem. And this is more so what I expect out of Zen. Everything's down over in the Zen eco right now. People taking profits on their Zen, the Avalanche Zen and the Phantom Zen, the Pulsechain Zen. So that's to be expected. Phoenix on Matic is down another 8%. It's hurting for liquidity over on Polygon. There's only 1.3k liquidity, but the new one on Ethereum does have 21,000 in liquidity, but very low volume. That's kind of worrisome. And we'll take a look at DBZen. Look at DBZen on all chains is moving up. That's really good to see. We got the 13% pump on ETH. We got a 9% pump on Avalanche. Got a 5% pump on Matic. We're up to 13 cents over on Matic. The Phantom DBZen, we're at about 3.5 cents on a 1% pump on the day. So that's all good. That's all encouraging things to see. All right. So did our mint go through? Yeah, it did. Hell yeah, we just minted a Zenturion live on stream. Let's see how much gas, how much it took from me. I only paid 138,000 PLS, or about $26 for that Zenturion. So it's going to be due April 1st of 2024. So it's a year and 3 months away. It's basically a max mint Zenturion, and it's just another one for the collection. Just like the other blockchains, I'm trying to set it up so I have at least a Zen mint every 2 weeks. The ultimate goal is every 1 week, but you see 614, 71, 714, 814, and it's basically every 2 weeks I'm gonna have a new Zen mint on all chains. So I'm really excited for that one. Danu says X1, L1, and Pulsechain will be the crypto yin and yang. Imagine what happens when Jack Levin makes L1 and gives possibility to migrate from all blockchains back to layer 1. Man, I 1000% agree. Man, you came to the right place. You're in the right place. I don't know if you noticed yesterday on the channel, I actually dropped a pretty awesome instructional video on how to run an X1 node. So if you've ever been curious on how to run a node, if you want to support the X1 blockchain, definitely check out this tutorial. I feel like I make it pretty simple, but it does require some technical knowledge. You're going to need to know some networking and some Linux, how to run some command line, but it's a pretty straightforward video, and it's basically just running a node to support the X1 blockchain. And that's what we're all here for, right? And we're going to be burning our Zen to get our X1 allocation. That's exactly what I'm doing, and that's why I want a constant stream of Zen coming in. So I'll get my Zen, I'm going to burn it for DB Zen or XSHIBA or all these other projects coming out. That's going to qualify me for the X1 airdrop. I'll also have the token that I'm getting, plus my profits from the Zen. It's such an awesome thing. I love it. I love it. I've really fallen in love with the Zen ecosystem. And on that note, I think it's about time for bed. Feeling pretty tired. Got a long day at work tomorrow. But at least it's Friday. Ready for a good start to the weekend. As I mentioned earlier, I just finished filming another video. Got a video for XSHIBA launch coming out. The launch is not this weekend, but it's next weekend on June 3rd. So we're going to be covering that live on the channel again. We'll be going live. We'll be burning our Zen, getting our XSHIBA on Polygon, trying to build up that position on Polygon right now. So that's exciting. And yeah, awesome. That's good to hear, Bailey. Thanks for the kind words. Thanks for Danu for coming out. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Ali. Hope all the watchers that are still here, 5 watching, hope you guys like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for coming out. Definitely check out the website, TreeCityTrading.us. You can follow the portfolio. Tomorrow, we're going to be DCAing $100. So I'll be going live around 7:38 p.m. We'll do the coin stats thing. We'll cover the news. Check out Zen. Check out the Pulsechain thing. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good Friday.
He's on fire!
Thank you for coming out. Tree City Trading is out.